So today's going to be my last rebuild of NBA 2K20. It's been a very good year so far. I'm very sad about it, but I'm very, very excited for NBA 2K21. So before we do get into this rebuild and what this is going to be, I have a couple questions for you guys. I need you to answer me around below in the comment section right now. So obviously 2K drops at midnight, technically on Thursday. It's more Friday. It's like the same thing. So like 12 p.m., as soon as it turns to Friday, that is when 2K21 comes out for me. So what I did last year was I made a video then and I uploaded it at like 3 o'clock in the morning after I was done recording it, done editing it, done rendering it, and then I just uploaded the video. So here's my question. Would you like me to do that again, or would you like me to do this? Yes, I will obviously record it at midnight, but would you prefer for me to upload it like early in the morning on Friday? So I can do either one. I don't mind doing either one. It's just really whatever you guys would prefer. If you guys want to stay up for that, I'd be happy to stay up and upload it at 3 o'clock in the morning, whatever the time may be. I wish I was on the West Coast because then the game drops at 9 on Thursday, technically, I think. But it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So let me know down below what you want me to do, along with give me your guesses on what you think the first team I'm going to be rebuilding is. And I'll give you a hint. It's not my favorite team. My favorite team is the Celtics. That is going to be the second one, though. So I do already have this planned out. I'm very, very excited for this. I'm just excited to see a new layout. I've been reading a couple articles. A couple of you guys have been sending me some. So I'm pretty excited. But today's video, we're going to be doing my final rebuild here of 2K20. So I made a similar video to this last year. It was like called my final rebuild of NBA 2K19. I think I just did a fantasy draft. That's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm doing tons of fantasy drafts, especially since, you know, the NBA was shut down and then came back. There's really nothing I can do. And typically it's unfortunate because summer is such a great time for me. You know, the finals typically end right before summer starts. Then we get into free agency and the draft. And I just have so much content to put out there. And unfortunately, there hasn't been any of that this year. So I've been, you know, it hasn't been a struggle, but it hasn't been easy exactly. So there's going to be tons of content for 2K21, which I'm very, very excited about. So I will be getting into all of that as soon as, you know, free agency starts after the year is over, the draft happens, all of that. But we're just going to start out with normal rebuilds, and it's also going to be weird because I'm assuming what they're going to do is, I don't think anybody's really talked about this. They're probably just going to put in a roster update once the new guys get drafted, because typically the new guys are already in 2K, you know, on their respective teams going into the new 2K, but they haven't been drafted yet. So that'll be interesting to see how that, you know, kind of works out. I'm kind of excited because are we just going to skip a draft class? You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to be at the start of technically, like, in my league anyways, at the start of the 2020-21 season. So I have no idea how they're going to lay that out. Maybe they'll incorporate the bubble, or maybe they'll start around Christmas, which is a real possibility. So I'm excited to see that, but we do have a rebuild to get into today. I'm going to close my eyes, select a random team, as I mentioned, fantasy draft 3, 2, and 1. The Washington Wizards are going to be the final team we're using here on NBA 2K20. Bittersweet, man. Bittersweet. Oh, my God. If I went my Celtics, we would have had the first overall pick. That's unfortunate. We're going to get boned with a pick, aren't we? All right. It's not that bad. It definitely could have been worse. We ended up with the 20th overall pick. I see Zion just went. Towns, Tatum. All right. It's not that bad. It definitely could have been worse. So, Jimmy Butler, a.k.a. Jesus Christ, with how he's been playing. It's been absolutely ridiculous. Siakam's here. Westbrook. I kind of want to try to get some guys I don't get a ton today. Like, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I mean, obviously I get a lot of these guys anyways, but I don't know. John Morant's an obvious one, which is probably the smart pick right now, which is probably the one I'm going to go with. But I also feel like I really never get Russell Westbrook. Like, I don't really even get Jimmy Butler that much anymore. But, you know, in honor of how Jimmy's been playing, we're going to go with Jimmy Butler. It might not be the smartest pick in the world, but at the end of the day, this is our final rebuild. I'm just trying to have some fun here. So let's see who's still on the board here. I'm assuming John Morant is now gone. Yes, he is. It looks like. That's unfortunate. Probably could have taken him. I think D'Angelo Russell, Red Dead, I haven't played Red Dead in, like, since it came out. Okay. Chris Paul, Tobias. I mean, CP3 has been playing unbelievable as well. Maybe we could just do like an all-bubble team right now. No, I think I'm going to go with D'Angelo Russell because I know how well he's going to progress. And then I don't really care about the rest of the team. I'll make trades and I will, yeah, I'll see you guys with the team. So something else I feel like it should be said, you know, obviously 2K20 has been an interesting year for like myself as a person. I mean, this has been like the least amount of videos I've been able to make in a game since I think I started this in like 2K17. And the reason for that is obviously if you guys are new around here, I did get hacked like way back. It was right after Christmas time. I actually didn't get my channel back until like, what was it, like maybe end of February, early March. And so that was 2 months. And like my views fell off a ton. It's unfortunate. I'm working my way back up and it still, you know, affects me to this day. But it is what it is. So I just want to thank you guys for sticking with me through all of that. It's been absolutely great. All you guys showed me a ton of support throughout that time. So a real big shout out to you guys. And if you guys are new around here, make sure to subscribe. We're going to have a ton of content out for 2K21 and I'm super pumped to get into that. But back to this. This is the final team of 2K21 so far. Butler and Russell were my picks. They took Allen, Marcus Morris. I'm not a fan of Marcus Morris right now. JJ Redick, Eric Pascal, oh, my GM knows what I'm talking about. Rodney Hood, Kevon Looney, Tyreek Evans, Zizic, Nigel Williams-Goss. All right, we got a couple young pieces here. And then obviously, you know, a couple veteran pieces here as well. So I think this is a pretty good mesh right now. Unfortunately, I probably will make a couple trades. I mean, this is actually not a bad starting five if we're realistically looking at it. Maybe I'll just leave the starting five. I mean, honestly, I don't really have many complaints about it besides JJ Redick maybe being on a 1-year deal, but... Oh, no, he's on a 2-year deal. He's on a 2-year deal? I did not know that. I think I would like to trade Morris, though, because first of all, I'd like to start Pascal anyways. And I just don't really love Marcus Morris right now, if I don't really think anybody does. So yeah, let's maybe try to go ahead. I mean, who's my highest overall? It's technically Jimmy Butler. Who's my backup small forward? It's Rodney Hood. He's probably not going to accept that option anyway. So let me go ahead and try to make a trade with Morris and Rodney Hood right now, and maybe just go ahead and get a couple different backups. So this is going to be our first move right here. Marcus Morris, Rodney Hood, and we are going to have to give up a first-round pick, but I'm actually okay with that. Over to Charlotte for Luke Kennard and Bobby Portis. These are going to be two very important bench pieces. Yes, I still will be starting JJ Redick, and I still will be starting Eric Pascal. So, I mean, I'm really liking the layout of this team right now. We're going to go probably like 25 minutes, fine there. Portis, like around 18. You guys know how I like to do my rotation. So I actually want to give 16 there. Then Kevon Looney's going to get around 10. Tyreek Evans, unfortunately, just not going to have a spot here. I think I'm going to send Zizic and maybe Nigel Williams-Goss down to the G League, just hopefully, you know, get them developing a little bit. I want to play Allen a decent amount because I would like him to develop. I'm going to play Pascal probably around 33. Jimmy Butler's going to have to play like maybe even 37. JJ Redick 33, and then 30. Now we'll go 36 and then 35 here. Okay, that is how it's going to look here for your number one, Scott Brooks. Not the best head coach in the NBA, but I'll send Kurucs down there. I forgot I even had him. Zizic, actually, see if he's a free agent after this year. And then, how old? Oh my God, I did not realize Nigel Williams-Goss. Oh, he was 2017? I don't know why I thought he was 2018. That's my bad. I only would have made a year difference. But yeah, we sent Rondon's Kurucs down to the G League. It's fine for a year anyways. So, your number one, D'Angelo Russell, JJ Redick's going to be my backcourt. Jimmy Butler, again, might not have been the smartest pick in the world, but and he's not a guy I get a ton. I used to get him a ton, and now I don't really get him a lot, and he just popped the fuck off last night against the Milwaukee Bucks. So I'm recording this the day after that. You're going to see this on Wednesday, but yeah. Eric Pascal and then Jared Allen rounds out our starting five. Luke Kennard, Bobby Portis, Pat Beverly, and Kevon Looney. So I'm really excited to see what this team can do. It'll be interesting. I mean, typically, as I say every video when I do a fantasy draft, the NBA tends to even out a little bit, but seems to always be one team a little better. I'll see you guys at the end of your number one. Luka winning the MVP award here at the end of your number one on my Celtics. 33, 11, and 8 for him. We go 39 and 43, which, you know, is not exactly ideal, but it's okay. Ja Morant, Rookie of the Year, ended up being drafted by the Houston Rockets. Serge Ibaka, 6-man in Cleveland. Kawhi wins Player of the Year in Minnesota. Luka also wins Most Improved. And Brad Stevens wins Coach of the Year. So 39 wins. Does not put us in the playoffs. I actually thought this team was going to be pretty good. I guess I was wrong. Were we the first team out? Yes, we were. Win the lottery. It's my final rebuild. Maybe 2K will bless me a little bit today. Also, I hope my audio has gotten a lot better. My audio has been absolutely garbage since I've been to school and I've gotten my new computer. And it's just, I'm sorry. I'm trying to work on it. So, D-Lotus in scoring. Then it was Jimmy Butler, JJ Redick, Jared Allen, Bobby Portis. I feel like this game just really shits on Jimmy Butler a lot. Like, I feel like he's a lot better in real life than he is in this game. I'm not even, I really don't care. We're not even in the playoffs. All right, I'll see you guys in the offseason. So this is San Antonio Spurs going on to win the finals, and Nikola Vucevic, who's actually, I mean, he played very well for the Magic in their first round series against the Bucks, wins finals MVP. You just don't see that every day. That's why I was a little shocked right there. All right, we're heading into this first offseason right now. I'm definitely a little excited for it. I thought this team was going to be, again, better than we actually were, but it's okay. I'm hoping we have our pick. Okay, so we're projected pick 13. Let's see where we end up, and we end up at 14. Of course we do. So that's, you know, not the best thing in the world, but it's okay. Kevin Nicholson, I'll sign you. Joshua Sanford, you're fine. I mean, Scott Brooks isn't even at that bad of ratings, and I guess I'll give him one more year. Chris Green, unfortunately, I'm going to move on from you. You're fine. And then Randy Martin, of course, only has some B pluses today. I'll sign Otis Newman as my assistant coach as well. So we're going to get all three of those guys. So we have a couple new guys in our front office. We're going to head up to the draft right now. As I mentioned, we do have the 14th overall pick. I would not mind moving up in this draft. I definitely would not mind doing that. Jared Allen is a guy I don't really get a ton, and when I do get him, I don't really ever keep him. I will try to keep him today. I mean, taking a look at his first year stats for us right here, really wasn't that bad. Like 12 and 12 is, I don't really need much more from Jared Allen, but I definitely do have a couple trades to make. So yeah, let's figure a couple of those out. So I'm going to try to do this trade right here with the Detroit Pistons. JJ Redick, Antonio Blakeney, and our 14th overall pick for the 5th overall pick. I do not know if it's going to go through, and it hasn't as of now. I'll give you my second round pick as well, and how about if I just toss you a couple more seconds? Okay, they don't want to do that. Do I have anybody else under contract I would give you? I'd give you Tyreek Evans. They can't afford it. All right, I guess I'm just going to have to bump down a couple. I don't want to give up another first because we're not really, you know, loaded on first. I'll give you this. How do the Celtics have the... That's crazy. All right, they agree to that. So we now do have the 6th overall pick, which means I will definitely be drafting somebody there. Who I'm going to be drafting, I don't really know. It's a pretty interesting draft class. I say this a lot, but it's nice just to not know who technically is. I mean, my pick, I think it's going to be Anthony Edwards. It seems like it's going to be Anthony Edwards more and more with the Minnesota Timberwolves having that number 1 overall pick, but it's just fun. You never know. Oh, brother, you left it to me. I don't want to take James Wiseman, but he's just sitting here, and I know how good he gets. I could also go Obi Toppin, but it's my final rebuild. I'm going to go with James Wiseman. So I know I just gave the whole Jared Allen spiel about me wanting to keep him, but Wiseman's here, and he's really, really good. So Kennard's coming back. I'm going to bring back Portis. Well, he might end up getting traded, but that's fine. For now, anyways, qualifying offers, we have none, which means we definitely now can be moving on from Jared Allen. So point guard, we're fine. I mean, I can trade for a shooting guard if I want. I don't mind D'Lo playing either of those. It's more of a pure point, but Butler's good there, and then Wiseman's going to be starting there. So I don't love Eric Pascal starting. I just wanted him to start, originally when I had him over Marcus Morris. But I definitely do have a couple trades to make right now, so I'll see you guys with one of those. So our first trade of this offseason is going to be with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Jared Allen and Bobby Portis heading over to Cleveland for Jaylen Brown. And I'm actually surprised we get a first-round pick out of it as well. So our new backcourt is going to be D'Angelo Russell and Jaylen Brown, along with Jimmy Butler. I mean, that is a pretty good big three right there, in my opinion. And we still have a 19-year-old James Wiseman, who I know is going to turn into a stud. So I don't love starting Pascal, but if I have to do it for one more year, that's not the end of the world. If I can, maybe find a pretty good trade, I'll do it, but we will see. I'll just see you guys in free agency here with another trade. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this trade right now with the Brooklyn Nets. Pascal, Looney, and Rondion Kurucs for John Collins. They're not going to want to do that. Do I have anybody else under contract? You have Nigel Williams-Goss if you want him. And they agree to that. So I didn't even have to give him a first-round pick, and I just got my new starting power forward in John Collins. So taking a look at this team right now, we still managed to keep Luke Kennard as well, which is pretty big. So I think Tyreke Evans is definitely a trade piece, probably for a backup power forward, and then we're realistically all set. Maybe if I could even get a first-round pick out of him and then sign a power forward, I wouldn't mind that as well. The Bulls want to give me two first. Actually, it's just one. One's a protection backup. Two unprotected, or, well, swap best, but an unprotected pick from the Clippers is not bad. Technically, he's going to Oklahoma City. So I'm going to now sign a backup four, hopefully maybe some sort of stretch four. Yeah, I always remember the power forwards here aren't great. Kenneth Faried. I'm going to move the Manimal down to power forward. I have not signed him in a minute. Not bad. Kenneth Faried, welcome to the team. He's going to be our new backup power forward. I know he's not a stretch forward, but still, welcome to the team. I will see you guys at the start of year number one. Year number two. So we're here at the start of year number 2 right now, and this is how the starting five is going to look. D'Angelo Russell, Jaylen Brown, Jimmy Butler, John Collins, and James Wiseman. I'm definitely loving this new and improved rotation. The bench actually isn't even that bad. Luke Kennard here as our sixth man. Good to have some shooting as our sixth man. Pat Beverly, love the defense. You guys know me. I'm a big Pat Beverly guy. Kenneth Faried, who, honestly, I don't remember the last time I signed Kenneth Faried in this game, or in any 2K for that fact. This might be the first time in 2K20 that I actually did sign him, and we're in my final video, 2K20. It's just weird to think about, and then Antes, he's just going to be my 9th and final guy here, 10 minutes a night. Just need a backup big man right there. So I really do like this team. I think we can definitely, be in the playoffs this year, hopefully a top 3 seed. Yeah, I'll see you guys at the end of year number 2. So Luka goes back-to-back here at the end of year number 2. 0.9 assists off of a triple-double. I would pay to see him in a Celtics uniform. We go 63-19 on the year, though. Definitely much improved from last year. Anthony Edwards, Rookie of the Year, ended up being drafted by the Charlotte Hornets. LaMelo Ball, 6th man. I don't know who's in Orlando at point guard, but Kawhi, Defensive Player of the Year in Minnesota once again. Landry Shamet is your most improved player, and Scott Brooks does win Coach of the Year for us. So Scott Brooks' job is probably depending on how we do in these playoffs. We are a 1 seed, as you just saw right there. 5 games up on the Boston Celtics. 49 wins over there in the West, got the 1 seed. This is what I mean by the NBA evening out. D'Lo led us in scoring, that was Jaylen Brown. Wiseman was 17-10. Collins, Jimmy Butler, it's like Jimmy Butler, DeMar DeRozan, who else? It's like guys like that, they literally just, 2K just hates them, and their stats just suck. It makes no sense. Luke Kennard, Pat Beverly, Kenneth Faried, Antes. I'd hope they change that for 2K21, but will they? Probably not. So points per game, we were first. Defensively, we were also first at just over 106 and gave us on the dot a 16.0 differential. So we got Milwaukee here in the first round. De'Aaron Fox, Dante DiVincenzo, DeMar DeRozan, Jabari Parker, and DeMarcus Cousins. I'm pretty sure they had a top 5 pick, or their pick was a top 5 pick last year. So good for them for, making their way back into the playoffs. And even with that team looks a little bit better than an 8 seed in my opinion anyways. Unfortunately for them, we're up 3-0 on them when we do end up sweeping them. Not bad, though. Taking on Indiana, who I believe was in the finals last year, so it makes me a little nervous. Murray, Drew Holiday, Bridges. Oh, they have Giannis. Well, that's not going to be easy. Jimmy Butler is currently Giannis' father, but we will see. Up 3-1 right now, and 3-2. All right, we win in 6. Moving on to these finals. We got the Celtics, Kyle Lowry, Luka Doncic, Hunter, Covington, Mitchell Robinson. It's a super solid squad right there. It's Sacramento and Houston over there in the West, and we're up 3-0 on this boss. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, well, us and the Kings. Lonzo, Booker, Hood, Draymond, and Bam Adebayo. With DeAndre Jordan and JaVale McGee. How many fucking centers do you need? I don't get it, but not my team. All right, we are up 2-1 right now on Sacramento, 3-1, and there we go. We win in 6. And James Wiseman, at the age of 20, in his rookie season, puts up 21 and 10 in the finals and wins finals MVP. So I'm very excited about him. I think I made the right pick going ahead and drafting him. Let's head up to the draft lottery right now. I don't know if we're going to have any picks. Let's see. Do we see the Wizards anywhere? I don't. I'll just check it out after this. Staff signing. I have no reason to fire Scott Brooks. I mean, he was just good for us. What I do want to do is I do want to get 3 untapped potentials. So Sean Navarro, if you want to come in here, that'd be great. Now let's head up to the NBA draft, see what we're looking like. So I didn't see any of our picks. We actually do have the 30th pick. I just need 2 seconds. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Let's now skip over the draft, and it's kind of emotional. We're heading into our final year here, our final offseason of 2K20. Hopefully that wasn't our final championship. I do want to end this one on a high note. So no team player options for us right now. Qualifying offers, Collins and Kennard are definitely both very important. You know, our starting power forward and our 6th man respectively. And now let's see if we have any money, which I don't think we do yet. No, we have absolutely no money at all. So I'm going to bring them both back. Collins definitely isn't going anywhere, so I wouldn't mind giving him the qualifying. Then I'll wait till after moratorium to give that to Kennard. And, yeah, we will see after that if I have any trades. So I brought John Collins back, and I'm now re-signing Luke Kennard to a 4-year, $100 million deal, so $25 a year. It's a little bit much, but basically why I'm doing this is in order to match it up with a big salary if I do plan on going ahead and trading him. I mean, this starting 5 is honestly fine in my opinion. I have no reason to trade James Wiseman. He'd probably be the only one I would move, realistically. So maybe just improving the bench a little bit, and that would probably start out with Kenneth Faried and Ante Zizic. I mean, I'm kind of fine with Beverly, even though he is 33. I do get him a lot, so I'll give you guys that. Do I have any money to sign anybody else? Okay, so I do have a little bit of money if I want to go out and sign somebody. Maybe even Kelly Olynyk and sign and trade. I feel bad. I always do this Kelly Olynyk sign and trade cheese with just because he's listed as a center, and then he goes up to, what is it, an 83 overall at power forward. So he actually might just be my new backup power forward, and then I'll probably just look to trade Kenneth Faried. So I think I'm gonna package Kenneth Faried, Ante Zizic right now, and I was gonna trade Kennard because I'm giving him 22 mil or whatever it is, 100 mil total, but I have really no reason to right now. So yeah, I guess I will just do this for now. Maybe looking for a new backup center. Dwight Powell might even be my guy. I'm not really seeing anybody that much better than him. Ooh, I love Ivica Zubac. I love Zubac. So welcome to the team. He's currently our backup. We also just acquired Kira Lewis Jr. I think that's it for now. Maybe I'll try to pull off one blockbuster. All right, let me see if I can do one thing. So I think this is going to be my one move I made. I tried to pull off 3 blockbuster trades for 3 ginormous centers. It was Embiid, Porzingis, and Towns. Unfortunately, none of them went through, and surprisingly, none of them were untouchable either. It was super weird, but I gave up so much. Literally everything I could, and it just wouldn't go through. So we're going to pick up Eric Bledsoe, more of some scoring off the bench. I think Eric Bledsoe is definitely a better point guard than Patrick Beverley anyways. Maybe not playoff time, but other than that. So I'm really liking this team right now. I think it's super solid, and I will see you guys at the start. The 3rd and final year ever of NBA 2K20. So this is how the rotation is going to look for my final season ever here on NBA 2K20. Again, a little bit emotional, but I'm excited to see it. D'Angelo Russell, Jaylen Brown, Jimmy Butler, John Collins, and James Wiseman. Wiseman definitely, I didn't even mention this, Wiseman definitely has to pick up the defensive slack because John Collins is not a good defensive player. But yeah, this is it. I'm super pumped to see how this team does. The bench is actually really, really solid. Eric Bledsoe, Kelly Olynyk, Luke Kennard, and Ivica Zubac. I'm paying my 8th man $22 million a year. It's kind of funny, but we're all set. Let's hope we can, cap this final, year off of 2K20 with a championship. So we close out the 3rd and final regular season with a record of 67-15. Pretty solid to see. Luka Doncic is your MVP. Cade Cunningham, LaMelo Ball, Anthony Davis, Tyrese Halliburton, and Scott Brooks does win Coach of the Year. So we're a 1 seed. Pretty much the only way I would want to end it. 12 games up on the Charlotte Hornets. 51 wins, took home the 1 seed in the West. D'Lo led us in scoring. Then it was Wiseman, Brown, Butler, Collins. I mean, just a super solid, well-rounded team. Rebounds per game went to Wiseman, and assists was D'Angelo Russell. Team stats in the year, points per game. We led the league at 126.5, and defensively just over 109 led the league as well with a 17-point differential. So Miami here, round number 1. Kemba Walker and Bradley Beal is a very solid backcourt. Miles Bridges, Christian Wood, and Cody Zeller. My boy Penis Cancer on the bench there as well. I'm excited to see what can happen right here. We are quickly up 2-0 on them. I don't really think there's going to be much of a challenge here with 3-0. And let's hopefully we can close this one out. I want to close this rebuild out with a championship. I really do. So we sweep them. Moving on to Cleveland now in round number 2 in the Eastern Conference semis. DeJounte Murray, Josh Richardson, Troy Brown, Jared Allen, and DeAndre Ayton. That is a super solid team right there. Makes me a little nervous, that front court, but I still think we're going to be able to hopefully manage it. We're up 2-0, we're up 3-0, and we win in 4. All right, we're looking pretty good right now. We're looking pretty good. We're feeling pretty good. We got the Celtics here, my team. Come on, boys. Just take one for the team and let me just, waltz my way into the NBA Finals and hopefully win. And we're up 3. Oh, my God. It's like they know. It's like they know I need to win a championship right now. Denver Nuggets here in the final NBA Finals. Oh, that sounds weird. Of 2K20. Garland, Mitchell, Dylan Windler, Julius Randle, Drummond. We should smoke this team. We should absolutely smoke this team. We're up 3-0 quickly, and we do go on to sweep them. And D'Angelo Russell wins the final MVP here in my final rebuild of NBA 2K20. So, if you guys enjoyed, leave a like down below. That would be absolutely awesome. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe. I'm super, super, super pumped for NBA 2K21 My League. It's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it. Again, leave your guesses down below in the comment section of what team you think is going to be my first rebuild. And let me know if you want me to drop that video, 3 a.m., whatever the hell it may be. It's probably midnight for some of you as well, and for those of you who are on other parts of the world that watch me, it could be different times as well. So I know not all of you mind it. I just I want to get a collective opinion. So maybe I'll put a poll either in my community tab or on Twitter. So make sure to go follow me on Twitter as well. But that about does it for me. Thank you guys so much for a great year and sticking with me through all, me being hacked and all this stuff, and for all your support. I'm really looking forward to 2K21. I think it's going to be an absolutely great year. That does it for me for now. I will see you guys in a couple days with NBA 2K21.